Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drizzleland. Welcome to Friday edition of Notre Dame football here on Drizzleland. So tomorrow is a 2:30 game against a pretty decent team that's coming into South Bend in Vanderbilt. They put up 49 points in their last game. They have a pretty decent defense, pretty decent offense. Um, Notre Dame, honestly, the last two games have looked pretty good. I'm pretty enthused with our way of play. I thought we could have beat Ball State handedly, in my opinion, but our offense was not up to par, and we just kept letting them hang around. What did I think in the last game? I thought that we need to clean up a lot of issues against Vanderbilt coming up tomorrow. Our special teams need some work. But I was pretty enthused with our running back situation. Tony Jones Jr. showed up in a big way. He played very, very well. And then the freshman Jafar played a really good game for us as well. Um, I'm looking forward to tomorrow because I think that Vanderbilt is going to be a team that's going to push us to score more. Um, Again, they have a decent defense. I think that it's going to be one of those 34-21 games where we end up winning. But at the same time, I think that we need some competition. We need to basically play the way that we played during the Michigan game to really show to basically everybody in the country that Notre Dame football is back. And I think that we are perfectly capable of doing that because Vanderbilt is a team who is going to test us. Michigan did not do that, in my opinion. Michigan has not looked very good this year. They got a break last week because they played Western Michigan, who had already lost their opener. So I think going forward during the season, Notre Dame should have some pretty decent wins going into that Stanford game, which I think the Stanford game should be very well, evenly matched. I can't wait actually to see that game. I think it's going to be a great game. But we can't get too involved here because we need to beat Vanderbilt first. Wake Forest is another team that's on the schedule who is a pretty decent opponent. I would even go as far as saying that it could be a high-scoring game for both of those teams coming onto the schedule. Obviously, you have the USC game, which I think is always going to be a good classic game being played. But let me tell you one thing. Now, USC is getting a lot of people saying that they're going to be one of the last teams for the college championship playoff series. I am going to totally disagree with that because USC has not shown yet against a decent opponent that they are capable of running the ball and playing good defense. I think Notre Dame has a wonderful opportunity this year to prove to Southern Cal that we can handedly beat them, probably by 20 points, I'm saying. I don't think that USC is capable of scoring more than 31 points against Notre Dame this year. Maybe 20, 21, but not 30 or higher than that against the Irish. No way. I think that we have a great group of talent here at Notre Dame, and I think that they are really excelling under the system. I really am happy with the defense. I think that we're getting the turnovers. We're sacking the quarterback. We're getting to the other team's, quarterback. We're playing great defense. I think that we could easily be 4-0, honestly, in the middle of the year. I don't really think that there's too many teams from the Big Ten, honestly, that can beat Notre Dame right now. You know, obviously we don't play Purdue or Indiana or any of those teams, but why not? Why don't we play those teams? Why don't we play those teams? Those were traditional games that Notre Dame always played years ago. Same thing with Michigan State. Not understanding why they're not on the schedule either. Um, but yeah, I was pretty surprised honestly when they beat Michigan. I was little worried about that game, but I was happy of the ending result, and I thought that Notre Dame did a wonderful job playing against Michigan and beating them pretty handily, honestly. Um, I think that, yeah, there's some teams on the schedule that should give us a pretty good matchup, and I think that the ending score tomorrow will be Notre Dame 31, Vanderbilt 21. This is your Notre Dame pregame show, hosted by your dog, your football fan, the one and only Drizzle. And let's go Irish. Beat Vanderbilt.